Hi Frequent Flowers subscribers, it is November and this month we've got some beautiful blooms that we're sending out to you the week before Thanksgiving, but these are long-lasting choices that we made, so that way hopefully you can make some centerpieces or maybe a hostess gift or just pop some flowers around the house while you have company over that are still going to be beautiful and long-lasting next week when you have all the company coming over. So let's get started. So my favorite choice of this bouquet is the pennycress. So this is your kind of filler, your greenery that's not really counted in your stem count for your subscription, but it's the part that excites me the most. So this is pennycress. This does grow natively here in Illinois. This here is not grown in Illinois because we're in the middle of winter. But you will see this definitely in fields here in Illinois throughout the summer, and then even into autumn it'll start to dry beautifully. So we've used this a lot in the shop even as it's dried, then we can tint it certain colors, or just its natural dried color is very beautiful as well. So this is pennycress. You're also working with alstroemeria, which if you've been a Frequent Flowers subscriber for a while, you may be familiar with alstroemeria. It is a type of lily. And then we have these. So these are daisies or chrysanthemums. And sometimes we sort of think like, oh, daisies, chrysanthemums, that's kind of boring. But look at these beauties. They are stunning. So this color is called Coral Tequila Sunrise. It almost reminds me of sort of a grapefruit color, but I just think it's kind of a perfect last ditch effort to enjoy those fall colors, even with the little pops of pink. Fun fact is that pink is actually the color that represents gratitude. So I think as we're thinking about Thanksgiving and what we are grateful for, it's awesome to have just a little touch of that blushy pink in there as well. So for today's arrangement, what I was thinking was I'm going to kind of create 3 small arrangements. Now, these can be used down your centerpiece of your table. So sometimes too, I know we bring home a big centerpiece and then there's so much food on the table, there's no room for the flowers. Well, if you've got smaller arrangements, you can still keep some flowers on the table, or if you need some extra room, certainly take one off and set it on a buffet or somewhere else. But this could also be, maybe you're going to someone else's home and you want to bring a hostess gift, just kind of sharing your Frequent Flowers with them. Keep some for yourself, but sharing, you know, a smaller arrangement with them. Or in your home, you could put them in different places. So maybe putting one in your guest bathroom, or if you've got company coming over, set it on their side table, their bedside table. Or if you're not someone who wants to have flowers on the table, set it on maybe the serving table, or where you've got drinks. All the food is on the table and this is on a buffet or somewhere, or an island next to it. Sometimes I feel like we can get that feel of a long, big centerpiece, but have the flexibility with these smaller vases just makes it easier. These are vases from the dollar store. You could use mason jars. You could use, you know, if you've got some vintage glass or something, maybe some china gravy bowls that you don't use. I know I've got a couple of clear glass gravy bowls that would make up cute little arrangements. So be creative. Don't think that it always has to be a vase. Maybe it's another vessel that you don't get a lot of use out of that you could break out during the holidays to create these pieces. All right, let's get started. We're gonna start with our flowers, then we're gonna accent with our pennycress. So I'm gonna set these aside. And when working with these flowers, so we have the chrysanthemums and we have the alstroemeria. Both of these are very long-lasting flowers, but when working with them, I feel like the alstroemeria can be a little bit more fragile than the chrysanthemums can. So I'm gonna start with those to get the base of my arrangement, then go in with the alstroemeria, and then lastly go in with the pennycress as sort of my filler and my accent. Any of that foliage that might go below the waterline, we're gonna have to go real short with these guys to make them look the way we want. One of my favorite parts about being a florist is there are flowers like this, which may seem like your simple, typical daisy, that I've never seen before. In my 12 years of being a florist, I've never come across this color before. They're constantly making new varieties and new color options. That's what makes it really fun, that even though you might think you've seen it all, there's always something new. I chose 3 containers because I like working in odds. Typically in design, odds is just a little bit easier on the eye, and we don't have to worry about the perfection of it being symmetrical. So that's why I chose 3 containers, but depending on the stem count of the subscription that you have, you could certainly do less. You could just do 2, you could just do them all in one vase, or if you've got a larger subscription, you might be able to make up 4 or 5 of these. Okay, next we're gonna go in with our Alstroemeria. So I wanted to show you Alstroemeria, when it comes in and it's very closed, it's not pretty at all. This is what the tight little buds look like, but then they'll slowly start to open. So if your Alstroemeria is not fully open, just be patient, it will be. Just means it's gonna last that much longer and still be beautiful come Thanksgiving. So we're working with 5 stems. Again, I'm gonna remove those lower laterals. If any of these upper leaves look sad, you can certainly remove them as well. I'm gonna go real low with these guys to really fill in. Kind of going right in the middle. There's no right or wrong answer here. I am not creating designs that are award-winning today. I am just enjoying the process and creating cute little flower arrangements for myself at home on my table. It is going to help if you crisscross your stems as you're placing them into those vases of water. It's going to help them stay in place a little bit more. Here too, if you want to kind of move around your stems a little bit, you can. All right. They don't look like much. Once we add these penny crusts, I think it's going to be a little bit more exciting. Okay, one at a time. Don't get overwhelmed. When you have a lot of wispy stems like this, you can certainly cut multiples at a time and insert multiple stems together. That will just save on time, make it a little less daunting. So there we have our 3 arrangements completed. So don't stress over making them perfect. Look how they become this kind of wildflower vision together. I love it. So you could group these closely together on your table or spread them out. Or as I mentioned earlier, take them individually and place them around your home or your hostess homes. They make a great gift. Now, if you're making these flowers up this week, we obviously want to keep changing out that water, giving them a fresh trim. That's going to help these flowers last even longer if you can keep them somewhere cool. These are small enough that if you've got the refrigerator space or maybe a cool basement, you could certainly do that. That's going to help them last longer so they last until Thanksgiving if you want to enjoy them that long. Thank you guys for always following along with us and being one of our best supporters, and we hope you have a wonderful Thanksgiving.